Welcome back to a new episode of
Love relationship.
Yeah.
It has been a while, but yeah, we're back. I think it was a month. Well, we want to give you an update about what's happening in our lives the last few weeks. And first, I will kickstart with giving you an update about my health, because the last video, I think we just discovered that I had the tumor in my brain membrane, the thing around the brain. I always forget how it's called. Yeah, well, the good news is that it turned out to be benign, so it's a good tumor. It's not affecting my health, and it's in the left side of my brain, and it's very small and it doesn't grow so fast. So the only thing I have to do is now yearly I have to come for, and they are going to check it anyways. So, and yeah, the bad news is that I still have headaches and ear throbs, although the ear throb is not so present anymore due to some visits to acupuncturist. So this is better, but the headache is still present, and yeah, I'm a bit fed up with that because I still have to take painkilling for that. And I also have like the dizziness still going on, and sometimes the imbalance problems issue. So the hospital is looking into if they can find the cause. Yes, this is it, the cause. And I asked for a second opinion in another hospital because, yeah, I really feel that there's something in this ear which should not be there. It doesn't belong there, and I really want to get it clear what it is. So, to be continued, actually.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
And we're working very hard on our health because we stumbled over a guy called Anthony William. If you don't know him, check him out, medicalmedium.com. And he's rocking our world, and now we're like doing his 28-day cleanse, like raw vegan in the winter.
Very raw, yeah.
Very raw. And you can see here, even the Christmas tree is already up, and we're still eating raw. But we're already on day 18, I think.
Yes.
And so it's just 10 more days, and then we're done. And yeah, it's really about getting out viruses and metals and shizzle that doesn't belong in our system.
Yep.
And so we're really, if you don't know this guy, check him out. He has like so many insights that I really was not aware of, and I'm so thrilled to have found him, really. So
yeah,
I really think it's important to spread the word about that,
yes,
because he can see stuff most doctors are not able, or yeah, like technical stuff is not that far developed that that they cannot see that yet. So yeah, and what else? Yeah, I wanted to talk about, because we haven't been doing a video because life has been happening here.
Like always.
Like always. The love and the shit and the relation all together. And there were many things coming up in our space and bubbling up through that. Of course, perhaps also triggered through the stuff that is going on, like health-wise, but also because it's just in our system or in my system. And one of these things has been because I see myself still screaming at you like a maniac here in the kitchen.
It wasn't that bad.
Well,
but I think we differ on that.
I think for you it's only bad when I throw your stuff out of the window when it's closed. Then it's some kind of bad for you. Everything below that is just...
It was just a big conflict, but it was not... Well, just continue. Because...
This man can take so much drama. It's almost scary. Well, I don't know. I was just crying and screaming and this.
Mm-hmm.
And for him, this is not erg and not bad. So let's work with that. No, and about a thing that comes up in our space over and over again is this appreciation thing. Even though we totally know about the 5 love languages, and perhaps we're going to dive into this in another video. And we are very aware of our triggers and shizzle, but this gratitude thing is really this comes up and up and up again. And it's about, like, I have an issue with if I'm not being seen when I do stuff. Is this right? Can I say that like that? Yeah. Because I'm a bit conditioned from my childhood, from my upbringing, from everything, that people have to say thank you. Like, it's how we pay respect to the other when he's doing or she's doing something for us. And this is like in my whole system when we raise a child in Switzerland. Like, if you do something, you learn, oh, did you say thank you? Yes, thank you. And I am, yeah? I'm talking so much.
Just talk.
And in our relationship, because he has been in so much pain, I wanted to help him and do a lot of stuff. But of course, I'm not just doing the stuff for free. I want a thank you for that. And sometimes he didn't show me his gratitude in the way I was expecting it to happen. He showed it, yes, I know.
It's a good contribution.
Doch, I know, I realized that
yes,
now.
I know. Because we really had some arguments going on. Because we both were fed up. I was fed up by the fact that she always wanted a particular form of gratitude. And I did it in my own way. And mostly I don't, well, mostly that's not true actually, because I do say thank you as well, but mostly I do it in a different way, in small gestures, or like a glance, or well, differently than what she expected. And every time I got to hear, well, this is this is really what I need, and I don't get it. Very black and white now, of course. And at one point I really was a bit fed up with it, and she too. So we were, well, there were some days that I think we both had a feeling that there was constantly coming something up, which we have to dive into, and which we had to address and talk about. And in the end, it's good, because, like, if you are in a relationship, you are so close to each other, and if you really dare to be vulnerable and open up, then these things surely are bound to come up. And this is only good, because this is the way you heal. But at some point, me really had something like, oh, please, can we just not shut the fuck up about this, because it's every time the same, and bleh. So yeah, this was like
yeah, but this is now, like, there were different things coming up, like we really went through it all in, like, I don't know, I have sometimes the feeling we're going through stuff like a normal couple goes through in like 10 fucking years, and we just compromise it in a month, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But this gratitude thing, I mean, like, I want to dive into that, because the thing is, in general, I think, let's be honest, you're not the one who's like, you perhaps may feel grateful, you're not showing it so much as I probably show it. But yeah, this is from our upbringing, this is how we are, and you think I'm even extreme in that, because when he does the dishes, I say thank you. When he cooks for me, I say thank you. For me, this is the most normal thing, because I also feel it. It's like when he cooks for me, I feel so grateful, I want to express that. And when I cook all the time and there comes never a thank you, like, of course, like I expect it, I feel like, oh my God, he's not appreciating what I'm doing, or that I'm like taking stuff from his plate. And there was this one moment, and this really was like building up, because there were several things happening. I don't even know how to tell that. But it was about this medical medium guy, and I was doing all the researches for it and trying to find out stuff and how to heal and what we can do and do. And I was asking people, and I really actually did it for him, of course also for myself, but I want him to heal, so I did all this work. And then at one point he was very fed up, because I was so stuck behind my laptop all the time, and yeah. Anyhow, then this was a problem, because he felt that I was in this bubble doing my researches. And then we were in a group where another woman posted stuff for him that he asked in this group. He asked a question in this group about his health stuff, and she answered, and then he wrote to her, oh, thank you so very much, this is so kind of you. And then I had a fucking explosion. I really was so mad. I was working my ass off for a fucking week for him, and I didn't hear.
Still angry.
Yes, I still am fucking angry because I think like I've been doing so much for that, and you never said anything but like, oh my god, you're always like in this behind this computer. And when I told him you have to take this and this and this up, and he was like, oh, my head is too full, I cannot hear that now. And I just tried to understand, but I felt like, yeah, I'm trying to help you here. And then he's like being so nice to this woman who just, she was very nice. I don't want to say that, but I did the same fucking researches like for a whole week and I didn't hear anything. And then I was like, really, I tried to start nice to say, baby, I really felt like, and I tried to start nice. And then I went like in the kitchen, I want to talk with you about this. And he's like, yeah, what? And then, you know, I understand, you know, like, yeah, she's not very nice, but I am actually very nice as well. And then I'm like, really, I cried so much because I felt so not seen and appreciated, and I don't know, it was so hard. And then I really could feel it in your energy that you really saw me in this.
Yes.
You really understood, and you really, yeah, this was so important for me that I could express that, and that to see that, because you started to cry then as well because you were so sorry. And of course, our emotions are sowieso. Oh my god, are what is sowieso? Anyhow, very high in general lately because so much stuff happens. Yeah, but this is so like this was for me so important, and I think this is like a very important thing also in every relationship that you, because I really think there are so many women, and I hear this really so much, that so many women are doing stuff and they don't feel seen in that. And I'm just not the one who can shut up about that. And it's not that I think you're ungrateful in general or that you're like ignoring me, but I think that many people, it can also be men of course, and many partner are doing stuff and it's taken for granted, and in effect it actually angers them, but they never talk about it. And I think it's very important that we are like just expressing these things, and it's not like piling up.
Every time you feel something that gives you discomfort, you have to express it. If your partner is like playing an active role in this, you always have to express it, because otherwise it piles up, and then you get the shabams in the end, and then people tend to drag all old shit into the discussion. So it's best to just, when there's something up, just express it and not wait for some time. And of course, this, what we are talking about, has also to do about the different love languages. Because I really had the feeling that I showed my gratitude, and I still do, but it was not in the way that was fulfilling for Priska. So it was good that she expressed it in such an emotional way, because of this, it really came in, and I could really feel it, that she actually needs a certain kind of gratitude. And well, after her breakthrough or breakout, I really started to look into this and starting to, well, give her more of what she needed without putting my own natural way of showing gratitude away, because I have a different way, and I don't want to lose this, because this is me, and this is important as well for me to express it in this way. So yeah, so it's good to express.
Absolutely. I'm sorry when I fall into your word, but this is also a thing when I felt like, because most of the time, like, it's the guys telling the women we should not interpret that stuff and filling stuff in, and that we cannot, that you cannot go in our minds and read our minds. And this is exactly how I feel about that gratitude thing, because I felt like I cannot fucking go in your mind and see that you are actually feeling grateful. I need some kind of an expression.
Yes, and the same goes the other way.
Yes, absolutely.
I could not see that
I was not satisfied with your glance, because I couldn't read the gratitude in your glance. I really couldn't.
Yeah.
And this is such an important part. And I think everybody, I mean, like, perhaps you have not this, when you're a couple, you don't have this gratitude thing in your relationship, but perhaps it's something else, that where you just grew up differently and you learned different things, or you just tick differently about certain things. And I think it's so important that you just talk about and find ways. And now I also know that he's trying to show his gratitude in a different way, or that perhaps sometimes he's not putting the gratitude like so on at first place like I do, because for me this is so important. And it's also interesting to look into me myself and look, why is this so important for me? Am I then not giving because I want to give? Am I just giving for the being appreciated? Some kind of a I want to fill my own lack thing. This can also be, and I really have there still stuff to do. I know that this I am lovable even if I don't do anything. This is still an issue for me where this comes up in this very much, and I see that I want to help him so much, but if there is nothing coming in return, yeah, well, so unconditional is my giving, not right?
No.
So I really also want to. I'm starting to look into where am I really doing stuff because I want to do it, or where am I doing stuff because I want something in return?
Yeah.
And this is an interesting question as well. And I really would like to know how this is with you. If you have some kind of patterns that you are like having in your relationships or in your past relationships, where you see, oh, this is like something, for example, like me, that you do something that you actually don't give for free, or if you're expecting stuff from your partner, or that you see that you're just having these patterns in your relationship, that one is always taking stuff over and the other is, not seeing it anymore or appreciating it anymore, and or that you feel that you have some grudge there, but you don't express it because it's not going to change anyways. Yeah, because I think this is something that can take so much energy out of a relationship. It's really like a drainer. For me, this is such a drainer, or this was such a drainer, and I felt really like the connection with Boss was flowing out of me, because it was constantly like, I see it like a love tank, and this love tank I had, it was like just going.
And this is
out.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
And this is also like a lesson for everyone, but also for us, that if something is there, if you feel discomfort, and even if you cannot word it out yet, or that you cannot point a finger at to what it actually is about, just share it. Because why this now happened in the kitchen was actually also because Priska took too long to express it earlier. So yeah, this is so important with everything. And I know we people, and maybe women more, but I'm not sure about this, we people tend to, if we think, oh yeah, I'm not going to bother my partner with this because otherwise we get a conflict again or drama, and we swallow so many things without expressing them. And yeah, it's like an ulcer actually inside, and it goes to infect and poison and become bigger and bigger and bigger until you get a rant and rave session in the kitchen. So really, just put your heart on your tongue.
Yes, and this is like the backside of this is what you already mentioned, and you feel like, oh, can we not just shut the fuck up and not talk about everything? This is the backside of that, but I swear on that. I really swear on that. And I think this is the dynamics that we have now in our relationship, that we just don't swallow shit anymore. Of course, I tried. It didn't work out for so long. Yeah, and I think this is like the key that we always find back to each other, even though it's sometimes annoying and very, how do you say that? Tiring. Yeah.
It can be tiring.
It can
if it's
be tiring.
Too much in a short time. But
yes.
Then you just have to put your teeth on each other and grind through it. And it's also a good lesson for me, because I used to feel offended or attacked every time someone had some sort of critique on me. But this is also a good lesson for me to not always go into this little child who doesn't feel seen or who feels hurt, or and just to listen to it and take it as a man or as a grown-up person, and not always make a big thing about it. Because like when Priska has an issue with me and I turn into this, I start to defend myself, then actually I make it about me. and then I stop seeing the initial issue, and I still have situations galore that I have the feeling that I have to defend myself. But in the end, if you truly can listen to your partner with an open heart, and without letting it infect your own emotion too much, then it's just a way of exploring each other and getting closer to each other and seeing each other. Yeah, and sometimes you just have to take the shit and put your own little crying boss or little crying Priska aside.
Yeah, and it's also, I think we both are aware, for example, when I have shit in my system, I'm very much aware that when I blame him of anything, that this has mostly much more to do with myself than with him.
Yeah.
And I think this helps, that we both are aware that when we have issues with the other, that we're not like, oh, you are responsible now to make me feel happy, or that I feel seen. It's my responsibility that I take care that this doesn't happen, that I always feel not seen.
Mm.
And it starts with telling you.
Yep.
And then, yeah, taking action from there. From there, I cannot talk.
Yeah.
I'm a bit tired. Really?
Yeah. So let's wrap it up then.
Yeah.
And let's go for a stroll outside. And
Yeah.
it's dark already.
It's, look. Here. Pitch dark in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and it's 10 to 5 now.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's great. It's because we're so northern, and I'm really not used to that, because in Switzerland it's really staying longer, like
light.
Light, yes.
It's staying longer light.
My friend was here for 2 days, and I don't know. I'm not back in the language yet. I'm a bit mixed up with every language together.
Good.
So
It's
anyhow.
cool.
Okay, so we really want to hear from you guys, and if you have any questions for Bas or for me, we really like to hear from you too. And by the way, we didn't forget about the Into a Woman's Mind series. For those who already asked so many times, I'm sorry. We just have been so busy with everything. So yeah, and we're also working on different things, but this is coming. We will do it. We will not promise anything when, but it's on the way.
It's on the way, and it's going to be fabuloso.
Yeah, fabuloso.
Fabuloso. So keep connected.
Yes.
And comment and ask and share and everything, because we really love to read your comments, because they learn us. Teach us everything. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So much love to you. Like us on Facebook, like us here, like Instagram, on YouTube. Follow us. We are also happy to connect. And if you want these videos regularly in your inbox, then please subscribe to our love letters. So it's for free, and you won't miss any of this content. Okay.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes. Bye.